Today I'll show you how I replace the front and rear brake pads and rotors on this vehicle step by step. Before lifting the vehicle, I place wheel chocks behind the rear tires to keep the car from rolling. It's a simple step, but an important part of working safely. With the wheels chocked, I used the floor jack to lift the front of the vehicle. After that, I lowered it onto jack stands to make sure it was safely supported. Next, I removed the lug nuts and took the wheel off to access the braking components. Always keep your lug nuts together so nothing gets lost during the job. Turning the steering wheel gave me better access to the caliper bolts. Next, I removed the two caliper guide pin bolts using my impact wrench. Once these bolts are out, the caliper can be lifted off to access the brake pads. With the bolts removed, I carefully lifted the caliper off. Be sure not to let it hang by the brake hose as that can cause damage. Next, I removed the caliper bracket bolts. These are usually much tighter than the guide pin bolts, so I used a breaker bar to get the extra leverage I needed. Once the bolts were broken loose with the breaker bar, I switched to a 3/8" ratchet to remove them the rest of the way. It made the process much faster and easier. With the bracket bolts removed, I took off the caliper bracket and slid the old rotor off the hub. If your rotor is stuck from rust, a few taps with a rubber mallet can help break it free. Before installing the new rotor, I cleaned the wheel hub with a wire brush to remove rust and debris. This helps the rotor sit flush against the hub and can prevent vibrations or uneven braking. After brushing off the rust, I placed a bucket underneath and sprayed the hub with brake cleaner to wash away any remaining dust and debris before installing the new rotor. With the old rotor removed, I turned my attention to the caliper bracket. Over time, rust and brake dust build up where the brake pads sit, which can cause the new pads to stick or wear unevenly. I used a wire brush to remove all the rust and debris, then sprayed everything down with brake cleaner to leave a clean surface. Taking a few extra minutes here helps the new brake pads move freely and ensures the braking system performs the way it should. New rotors come coated with a protective oil to prevent rust during shipping. I sprayed both sides with brake cleaner to remove that coating before installation. With the new rotor in place, I reinstalled the caliper bracket and hand threaded the bolts before tightening them with the ratchet. I used a torque wrench to tighten the caliper bracket bolts to 90 foot-pounds, making sure they were properly secured. Before compressing the caliper piston, I cleaned it with brake cleaner and a wire brush to remove dirt and surface rust. Next, I used a C-clamp to slowly compress the caliper piston, creating enough room for the new, thicker brake pads. If you've made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and lets me keep making videos like this. Before reassembly, I applied fresh brake grease to the caliper guide pins. This keeps the caliper sliding smoothly and helps promote even brake pad wear. Next, I applied a thin layer of brake grease to the caliper bracket where the hardware clips sit. This helps the brake pad slide smoothly and reduces noise. With the bracket cleaned and lubricated, it was time to install the new brake hardware clips. These clips give the brake pads a smooth surface to slide on and help reduce noise during braking. The front clip went on pretty easily, but the back one took a little more patience to get seated correctly. If you run into this, don't force it. Just make sure it's aligned properly and fully snaps into place. With the hardware clips installed, I slid the new outer brake pad into place. It should fit securely while still being able to move freely along the bracket. Next, I installed the inner brake pad. This one was a little more stubborn to get into place, so I took my time and made sure it was fully seated before moving on. With the new rotor and brake pads installed, everything was ready for the caliper to go back on. I reinstalled the caliper and hand-threaded both guide pin bolts. Starting them by hand helps prevent cross-threading and ensures they're properly aligned before tightening. Once both bolts were started by hand, I used a ratchet to snug them down evenly before making the final torque adjustment. The caliper bracket bolts were then tightened to 90 foot-pounds using a torque wrench to ensure they were properly secured. With the brake job complete, I carefully lined the wheel up with the studs and set it back into place, getting it ready for the lug nuts. I started one lug nut with the impact wrench to hold the wheel in place, then hand threaded the remaining lug nuts. After that, I snugged them down in a star pattern to help the wheel seat evenly. After lowering the vehicle, I used a torque wrench to tighten all the lug nuts to the manufacturer's recommended specification. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe to Black Box Garage, and let me know what repair you'd like to see next.